Hello, welcome to Getting Started with Scrivener, Part 2, Setting Up Your Scrivener Project Using the Blank Template. I'm Vanessa Keir. In this video, I'm going to show you how to start a new Scrivener project, some things to think about before you choose one of the Scrivener templates, and then show you how to set up your project using the blank template and how you might want to customize the blank template for a couple of specific scenarios. So let's get started. When you go to use Scrivener for the first time, you'll get this Project Templates Chooser window. This is the window in the Mac version Scrivener 3. It might look slightly different on the Windows version, but you'll basically have the same information. So Scrivener has set up a number of templates and it's put them in categories over here on the left, and you can see you have blank, fiction, nonfiction, script writing, and miscellaneous. Something you might want to consider before you dive into this is to take a look at your current project or a past project if you're going to start a new project in Scrivener, and figure out what it is that you tend to track and how you tend to structure your work. So, for example, if you write fiction and you tend to use the 3-act structure, then that will determine which of the fiction templates you're going to use in Scrivener. And if you're maybe a memoirist and you think you want to be tracking things about characters and places, you might actually want to use a fiction template as well because of some of the defaults that come with that. If this seems overwhelming, or if you've never written before and don't really understand all the components that might go into making up a project's organizational structure, you can take a look at my template checklist where I go through some of the basic Scrivener templates and let you know which components of the structure are automatically included in that template. And then if all of this is still too confusing, just go ahead and start with the blank template, and you can always build it out to meet your needs once you figure out what those are. A couple things to keep in mind about Scrivener templates is that there are 3 default folders that every single template will have. There's a draft folder, although that will get renamed depending on which of these categories you choose, a research folder, and a trash folder. These 3 folders can never be deleted, although they can be, the research and the draft folder can be renamed by you. The importance of having a separate research folder is that Scrivener does not allow PDFs or image files or anything that's not a text file in the draft folder. So if you're going to be storing images, etc., you need to have another folder, and that's why they've set up the research folder. All right, so let's start by going through what the blank template gives you. So you click on the category here, and then you click on the icon here, and then you can go down to the bottom right and hit choose, and it will ask you to save, and then you just give it a name and then hit create. And since I've already created a sample for this, I'm just going to cancel and go over to my sample. So this is what your desktop will look like in your blank template for Scrivener. As you can see, you have your draft folder, you have one subdocument that's untitled, then you have your research folder and your trash. So there's no special formatting set up, and this is just basically your bare bones. So if you really don't have any idea as to what type of structure you want, and you find the idea of having additional folders a little intimidating, you can just start with the blank template. Some other reasons you might want to start with just the blank template is maybe you are going to be using Scrivener for your blog post. So when I created my master blog post file, I set it up in Scrivener based on the blank template, and you can rename the draft folder if you want. So just double click on it. And then underneath it, you could have all new documents, each document being a blog post, and you can create a new document by just doing Command N. The purpose of this video isn't really to show you how to use Scrivener, so I'm not going to explain everything that I'm doing. I'm just going to show you the big picture possibilities of organizing when you're getting started. So you can just, again, put as many blog posts under this as you want. And then suppose you're submitting to several different blogs. Maybe you want to organize those by folder. So you could go ahead and create a new folder. You know, blog 1, this blog post goes with blog 1. And then you could even go more granular. You could do maybe by topic if you're a long time contributor to that blog. So maybe you want to do this. So now we have nested under blog 1, folder by topic, and then nested under that would be all the different blog posts associated with that topic. And you could even put the date inside here. Another reason you might want to start with the blank template is if you're going to be creating an outline for a presentation, or for me, it was my online courses. So again, I started with a blank template. I created folders for each of my modules, and then under each module, I created documents for each of the individual lessons, and in those documents, I put the outline of what I wanted to say when I was actually recording the video, and then for the lessons that had a PDF for the students to download, I created the final copy of that in Scrivener and then exported it as a PDF. So I hope this shows you that even if you start with the most basic Scrivener template, you don't have to keep it basic for long. You can start customizing it right away. So that is the end of this video on how to get started with Scrivener using the blank template. In the next video, I will walk you through how to use the various fiction templates. Until next time, happy writing!